All right, we're offline.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Paul Heyman. And I would like to welcome each and every one of you to the HeymanHustle podcast. Joining me tonight are my special guests, the WEW hierarchy. Triple H, Corey Graves, and Jim Cornette. Gentlemen, how are you doing tonight?
Oh, I'm doing good.
Pretty damn good.
Doing fantastic.
Just to catch everything up to speed, we just got off of a great Super Show, had a great match, a great night of matches, and most shockingly, we saw Bray Wyatt defeat Cesaro to become the new World Heavyweight Champion. Gentlemen, can we get your thoughts on that? Starting with you, Dick.
Dick. Me and Jim. But anyway. Anyway though. Yeah, so Bray Wyatt. Yeah, he took down Cesaro. I mean, I'll tell you something about that. I actually intended to have CM Punk do that. But Bray Wyatt just answered the call, man. He just did it, and I gotta be honest with you. I did not think Bray Wyatt was going to win multiple times during that, but you know what? Champ's a champ, dude. He got it done, so I'll take it.
Your feelings about it, Triple H?
Well, it was originally supposed to be Elias taking on Cesaro in the main event
That
of the
too.
Super Show. Elias was dealing with a lot of nagging injuries, and he's hasn't been able to compete for the past couple of weeks. And we thought we can get him cleared tonight. We thought he'd be better to wrestle tonight. And you know how it is. Difficulties happen. Some setbacks happen, and Elias unfortunately couldn't. When his number was called, he couldn't compete once again. So we had to look for someone. Like Jim said, Punk's name was brought up backstage a couple of times. We're still trying to figure out what to do with CM Punk. But then it came to Bray Wyatt, had a rematch clause. Bray Wyatt came out, his number was called, he answered the call. Cesaro and Bray tore the fucking house down, I must say. They literally went at it. Announcer tables were broken. Finishers were hit. Big time kickouts. And the match had everything. Had a story. And those two tore the house down. Bray Wyatt walked out. He edged him just a little bit better. Walked out the World Heavyweight Championship. But I couldn't be happier. I was happy with the match. Happy with the result. I love both guys. Both guys are big superstars in this business. And it was a good match. I was impressed.
Well, last but certainly not least, Corey Graves. I know you were watching that matchup very closely. What was your initial reaction to Bray Wyatt capturing the World Heavyweight Championship?
Well, my honest opinion, I don't like it. I don't like that Bray Wyatt's champion. Hey, Jim. I don't like that Bray Wyatt's champion. We've had a special moment yesterday with Cesaro winning the World Heavyweight Championship, killing himself to win that World Heavyweight Championship, and I will have to disagree with my two good hierarchy mates that I don't believe he should have defended it here tonight. 100%. 100%. I don't believe he should have defended it against anyone. I certainly don't believe that CM Punk should have even been given a shot. I will say it is a bright side that Bray Wyatt did save the day and return tonight, but winning and defeating Cesaro, no. No, I don't like it one bit. I believe Cesaro should be champion. I believe he should have not defended it here tonight, and that's just my honest opinion. 100% opinion. Enough said.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for your honesty. And as we move on from that, we'll obviously get more into the current product as we go along here, but I want to bring up something right away from the start of this podcast. I want to bring up possible intentions of a quote unquote Monday Night Wars with OWR. Now, obviously, there's a lot of information going around. There's been superstars jumping ship over back to OWR. And I'd just like to know, Triple H, since this is ultimately your league, how does the owner of WEW respond to a threat of war from Perfect and OWR?
You know, I've been around the block a few times. I've been doing this. Everyone knows how long we've been doing this. It's not the first time another company has waged war against World Elite Wrestling or any other company we've been affiliated with in the past. You know the ones that we've been in. It definitely caught me off guard, the extent that they're trying to take this war. A war didn't really catch me off guard. That pissant company does that every couple of years. They'll try to come up and knock us down and just look like fools and disappear for a while. Now, what shocked me was the fact of the extent they're trying to do it. They're trying to copy podcast ideas, such as a great podcast like this one. They're trying to copy storylines. They're literally, you see the little faces, little pictures in the Facebook World Elite Wrestling group. You see the little faces always popping up under our headlines, under our articles and news and stuff. It's like they can't get off. It's like they can't get off our dick. It's like we didn't want to rage war, people. I'll be honest. I'll say it on this podcast right now that we didn't want to rage war against them. There was an idea of a Survivor Series, co-op league type of idea that was thrown around on the board of directors meetings. But no wars. We don't see them as a threat. We don't see them as a problem. And quite frankly, they're not really worth our time. We just do what we want to do. We do WEW stuff, and that's how I'm looking at it right now. I mean, I don't care to crush them like the piss ants that they are, but it just takes away from our members, our league. I'm trying to do what's best for our people and our members here that really take the WEW product seriously and take this league seriously. I'm not going to take my focus off people who give their time and their effort here to me and this league and all of us, and give my focus and effort to a bunch of losers who obviously aren't good enough to be here, or they would be.
That's very well put, coming from you, Triple H, but let me get the perspective of someone who may not exactly feel the exact same way as you, based on the fact that, and this is directed towards you, Jim Cornette, you haven't been in the hierarchy long enough to truly understand the nature of this. And when a company comes to war and says, hey, we're looking to take you out, you got to know how to respond. So Jim, I'm very interested in this. How exactly would you respond to these claims of going to war with OWR?
Well, I'll tell you straight up, I think it's a big joke. I mean, we're exposing the business, right? Like, I'll just say it. I think it's a joke. And, I mean, don't get me wrong, it's not a complete joke. There are people legitimately hopping from our league to theirs for some stupid reason I don't understand. But, I mean, let's dive a little deeper. I mean, it's like I said, I can't take them seriously because, like, how many times have they done this? Like, 20 times? Like, and they still haven't taken us out. Like, it makes me, like, almost want to burst out laughing just when I remember the story about, oh, we got these OWR guys and they started during the pay-per-view, the AEW pay-per-view. We're in the middle of that. We get this call from Insanity. It says, oh, they had an anti-WEW rally today. Like, who spends their time doing something like that? Who spends their time doing that shit? Look at these guys. Look at these fucking guys. But anyway, like, it makes me laugh the thought. Like, I think it's a joke, and honestly, I don't mean to shit on you there, Triple H or anything, but let's call a spade. I mean, the only one that's really panicking around here is you. I don't think there's a serious enough threat at all. I mean, if we
Does it
want
look
to
like
go
a
to
panic?
war
This
with,
look like a panic in this. I'm fine right now.
Look, listen, let me put it this way: if you want to go to war with them, all right, I'm cool with it. I'm game for it. Let's put them where they belong. Let's stomp them like the ants they are. I'm cool with it. It's funny, but in my opinion, sometimes it's just too much of a headache to deal with. So, yeah, I mean, I'll just say we don't let him fucking. Who gives a shit about them? They're fucking losers. But hey, it is what it is. How do you
That's,
like that one there, Paul?
That's a very interesting perspective to have there against it. But I do want to know, last, Corey, what your opinion is on this whole war with OWR. Let's hear your thoughts on it, Corey.
War. I'll be dead honest with you, Paul. I'm not even gonna like my answer, in all honesty. And I've told this to Hunter countless times. I don't care. I legitimately don't care. I don't know these people. I don't care about these people. The leader, who the hell even, what is he like? I don't even know who this guy is, in all honesty. Listen, I don't care about this so-called war. I truly don't care. I didn't even think there is a war. Who are they compared to us?
I agree.
For real.
More like a conflict.
Who are
maybe.
they? Like, for real, who are they compared to us?
Or a pest. Yeah, agreed.
How many times do I have to say this? Who gives a flying fuck?
Yeah, I'm
I
with
don't
who
care.
gives a fuck.
I
Well, I
don't
can see that. I
fucking
can see
care.
that all three
Sorry
of
for my
your
language,
mindsets.
but it's the truth.
I can see that all three of your mindsets are kind of in different places about this
damn.
scenario. But something that, we do need to address is the fact that, as Jim brought up, a lot of our superstars were leaving for OWR, and
They
know,
were
the
no
reason
bodies.
that might be, but you got names like Anarchy, you got names like Temper, you got names that are just coming in from OWR, people that were brought in
Okay, I'm
because
sorry.
they left OWR in the beginning. They brought them in because they were tired of being in that place. They come over here, we give them a push, they end up going back. Why do you think that this spur of the moment jumping ship is occurring, Triple H?
World Elite Wrestling is always changing with the times, with the seasons, with each pay-per-view comes a new theme, a new idea that we're all trying to do in the boardroom. And this is my opinion. I could be completely off target, but I could be on at the same time. I think they came in during a real serious time, WrestleMania, where we clamped down on what feuds we want to see and what matches we want to do, and some of those matches get serious. Take mine and Finn Balor's match. If you haven't seen it, that match was definitely one of the biggest matches of all time. I mean, maybe even the biggest match of all time, depending on who you ask. I mean, it it got serious. We were down each other's throats. We hated each other. It was a real hostile environment every time we set foot in that ring with each other. And some of that was real. Some of that was more caked on for the entertainment factor. But some of that was real aggression that we had towards each other. And then I think that another feud, Bobby Lashley versus Seth Rollins, a great feud that was so damn good from start to finish. I think where that had a lot of hard hitting capabilities in there, getting real crazy and real intense, and getting real nuts. Like just that in your face aggressive type of storyline. I think that scared some of them away. I don't know if they were used to that, and maybe it kind of made them think, "Wow, I don't want to have a promo like that cut on me or something like I'm or something like that." So I don't know. Maybe that had something to do with it. But we're always changing. We're always involved. We're always evolving. World Elite Wrestling is so many different things, and each pay-per-view cycle, we try to do something different and try to change things up. Maybe they caught the pay-per-view cycle that made them think different on what we are. So I don't know. That's what I guess. I think it was too intense for them. I guess you could say, sum it up. more of an intense league. Maybe they like that setting back and that Joker league where nothing really goes on. It's just random matches all day. So I don't know. That's my thought process on it. But that's all I can really think of. Because I know their content isn't better than ours. That's really all I can really think. That might have been the thing.
Well, speaking of our content, let's talk about the current state of WEW. Coming off of WrestleMania, what was supposed to be maybe a 3 to 4 week hiatus ended up only being a 1 week hiatus, which I've been very vocal on myself, saying that I believe that it came back too soon. But with that being said, we came back with a big super show, had Backlash, had another super show, and it just seems like maybe the league is going more into super shows than just our regularly scheduled programming of Monday Night Raw and Wednesday Night SmackDown. So, with that being said, Triple H, do you care to address the current state of WEW?
Give me all the hard ones, Paul.
Don't worry. Don't worry. It's going to them next.
Okay, fair enough.
We're fine.
Well, see, Backlash wasn't really supposed to happen this week. We were supposed to get our feet wet with the Super Show, maybe do a Velocity this week, and then go into next week with our first week of regular programming. Regular programming, as far as I know, hasn't changed. There was a big mess up.
Turned out.
There was a big mess up in creative. We had a lot of people with rematch clauses, promise shots. We had a lot of people upset they weren't getting shots, and it came to a time where even myself, I feared that, I had to up the ante a little bit and give people some opportunities. And then when the guy who was playing as Randy Orton, Benzie, left the company and went to OWR for that week, it kind of threw Backlash all crazy. And then I get some news that who might be taking a hiatus from the company hit me in the face. And we'll reveal that on the podcast here in a little bit. We like to get loud here. Paul will probably bring that up, or maybe we say it now. I don't know. There's someone big leaving the company soon. Big possibility for a while. That hit me in the face. And then Dolph Ziggler, our WEW champion, is taking a vacation for a week. I thought it was 2 weeks at the time, but it is just a week now, which is good. We need all hands on deck.
Still pretty good amount of time, though.
It ain't as bad. So all this stuff was hitting me in the face. I'm like, well, damn. So we'll just do a super show then, and we'll have to rewrite Backlash. So we literally rewrote Backlash. I set up all night. We fixed everything. We tried to give everyone that was dissatisfied and pissed off and wanted a shot. We tried to make everyone happy, and make Backlash like a Starrcade from WWE, like a network special pay-per-view. That's what Backlash got turned into. Because I got calls from 5 different members saying that Friday wasn't going to be good for them. So I'm like, well, fuck. I can't promote Backlash another 2 weeks. It's already kind of ruined because Benzie went to OWR, and this guy's pissed off, and then All or Nothing's looking to be more promising. And so I made a decision at 6 a.m. that morning to have Backlash on that day, followed by another super show to kind of get everything straightened up afterwards. But
don't mean to cut you off right there.
No, you're fine. You're fine, Paul.
From what I'm gathering here, it seems that there's been a lot of hectic planning, and there's been a lot of miscommunications going on behind the scenes with this guy's getting a title shot, this guy's getting a title shot, this guy's getting a title shot. And with that, Jim, I just want to know, how do you feel about this new stigma, I guess I'll call it, where it just seems like everyone just gets a title shot just because they're complaining that they're not getting a title shot.
Oh man, literally trying not to laugh at that. Because they bitch all the time. That's the fucking problem. They just, I mean, we're gonna expose the business here. Let's expose the business. I mean, I'm not gonna name specific names. I'll be nice and not do that. I'll give you that one. But I mean, that's all it comes down to is bitching. Dude, if you get 4 or 5 title shots and you lose, get the fuck over it. You lost. I mean, and then just people, I don't understand why. Like, dude, people are probably bitching about Roman Reigns and how he won his title and all this. Well, you know what? Shit happens. That ain't our fault. I mean, you know, shit happens. So another thing about it is that, yeah, these people just need to calm it down a little bit. Your time will come. Like, dude, you know how long I waited to get a title shot? Like, dude, you know how long I waited for a... Roman Reigns.
Just to throw this out there, are you insinuating that the way you got your World Heavyweight Championship reign, because we can break the fourth wall here,
let's just break it fourth wall.
Things go how they are around here. When Roman Reigns got the World Heavyweight Championship, you're saying that the way that he went about that, losing it and then going on and getting a shot at the Universal Championship, that's all fine and dandy, but John Cena getting 4 or 5 title matches and losing them, that's a problem?
I mean, yeah, kind of. I hate to be the bearer of bad news here, but I mean, yeah, I mean, dude, I got like 5 title shots. I lose them all. I mean, it happens, I'll just say it like, yeah, you could say it's a little bit of luck involved, but fuck it, man. I'll take what I take. And I mean, yeah, if you lose 4 or 5 title matches, dude, I mean, shit happens, dude. It happens to the best of us. We're just, we're just not on our game right now. But don't come to us.
In your opinion, right now, would a superstar like, let's say, Edge, would he be deserving of a championship match?
I mean, he kind of got buried by Strowman, didn't he? I mean,
I'll put it this way for you. If you had a choice to hand out a title match right now to either Edge or John Cena, who would you hand it out to, Jim?
You're hitting me at the hard one. You see, you
it's
did
your
this
turn
on
now.
Purpose. You did this on purpose. You put me on.
It's the Heyman Hustle podcast.
This is not fair at all. This is not fair. Okay. Business-wise, yes, Edge deserves it. Yes, I would give it to him. But personal-wise, the Derek in me, the Jim Cornette, the Roman Reigns, whatever you want to call him, I would give it to Jamie. I would give it to John Cena because I think he's entertaining. He's funny. I like the funny shit. He's good. He's just on a stretch of bad luck right now. But yes.
Well, speaking of entertaining here, let's get your opinion on this matter, Corey Graves.
Yes,
which
Corey.
Which do you think is better, Corey? A champion that can beat every single person, but is just boring, quiet, doesn't say anything, isn't good at promos, or a champion that is very entertaining but always loses his matches? Which is more which in your case is the better champion? A guy who can win or a guy who's entertaining?
Depends on the situation, Heyman.
Well, okay.
Political answer.
Well, then let's put it like this. The one superstar that comes into mind when I say that would be, in my honest opinion here, Tommaso Ciampa. The guy is a great competitor. The guy has beaten almost every single man that there is to beat in this company. However, I've said it from day one, and I've been vocal about it. His promo skills are lacking. He's quiet.
Oh,
That
Mhm.
being said,
I will agree.
can't take nothing away from him because he does what he needs to do in the ring and he gets the job done. However, then you go on and you look at a guy like Dean Ambrose, John Moxley, Mullen. He's not had the best of luck around here, but it's undeniable. Whether you love the guy or you hate him, he gets a reaction. He comes out, he hypes the crowd up.
Is
And
he
maybe if we're not
entertaining,
even going to use him
he's
for an
funny.
example, yeah, if we're not even
I
going to
think
use
I
him
think
for an
I
example,
think I think Mullen is one of the most entertaining guys in the company right now myself.
well, there you go.
I can
Triple H
honestly say that.
You see, you bring those guys into the mix, though, and it presents a very tough situation because as part of the hierarchy, you need to be able to put out
know
the
what?
best
I have an
product
answer
out
for you.
there.
I have an answer for you.
All right. Oh, you already got an answer? All right, let's hear it.
I have an answer for you. And this is the honest God truth about it. The truth about it is the only way to be getting a push or be entertaining nowadays, to be a great champion most of the time, is you gotta be funny. Or you gotta be dumb and stupid in your damn mind. I mean, the amount of people I have seen in this company that has been cheered over men that you actually take serious is unbelievable. So, if I would have to go with the truth, yeah, go on. I'd give
So you
Dean
think
the shot.
entertainment? So you think
Oh
entertainment is better
yeah,
than skill?
I mean that's how it is nowadays. Gotta be
Yeah.
little in the head to be entertaining.
I don't mean to cut you
Understandable.
off or anything. I don't mean to screw anything
Go on,
up,
Jim.
but Insanity, our lovely host here, needs the floor. Apparently, urgent matter here.
I didn't mean to do this. I know this is not a part of the plan, but we are exposing the business, and this is big fucking news, guys. This is huge, and I needed to bring it live on this podcast right now. Not only do we have 14 people watching, we're fluctuating between 14 and 16, but we have just secured OWR's hottest talent
Ooh.
right now. Right now, as I'm talking to you, he is signed on the dotted line for a multi-year deal with World Elite Wrestling. Chris, you know who I'm talking about. Hunter, you know who I'm talking about. And god damn it, fuck OWR and fuck you, Eric Perret Hughes, because we just got Danny Sullivan and he's coming to World Elite Wrestling as AJ fucking Styles. Fuck OWR. Fuck OWR. Fuck you.
Well, folks, just like I said, you never know what's
Triple
going to
H's
happen on these
face just
podcasts.
done.
You never know what's going to
You
happen
never
on
know.
these podcasts.
On the show.
You never.
And I guess I'll go ahead and say it. I guess we have a new member to WEW. And I guess we know
Learn how to
exact-
keep your talent, bitches. Fuck you.
and I guess we know how our lovely producer Jamie here feels about OWR, but you know, let's get a little bit back on the subject here, guys. It's big news. We'll
Triple
dive
H
more into
taking his
that
seat
here.
back down.
We'll dive more back into that here shortly. But let's continue on topic here for a minute. And let's look. I want to go through the current roster currently, and I want to look specifically at the champions for these shows. And
Alright.
for this next segment, I want us to go through, and I want honest opinions from all three of you about all the current champions. We talked about Bray Wyatt earlier. We already know how most of you feel. But as the World Heavyweight Champion, try not to drag it out too long because I don't want to. We got quite a few champions to go through here. So let's give just a quick response on how you feel about these champions. Starting off with the World Heavyweight Champion, Bray Wyatt. Triple H, care to kick us off?
yeah, Triple H.
I'll expose the business a little bit. Bray Wyatt is a phenomenal character. I've seen that man come from a manager in this league, from a side character, from a guy that literally was a character designed to put new talent over. And the man that plays Bray Wyatt, everyone knows who that man is. He needs no introduction. took the time out to do this for so many years. Bray Wyatt didn't even get a world title match till 5 years in this league. Bray Wyatt, the character, has been in World Elite Wrestling before the character was actually in the WWE video games
I think it
he
was
was actually
WWE
playable.
13. I believe it was WWE
Yeah,
13.
he's been in for
that I
about
brought
7
Manning.
years now, just as long as I've been Triple H. I've been
Long
playing as Triple
time.
H. He's been Bray Wyatt, which is 7 years now, or going on 7 years in 2K20. So it's been a long time, and
It's been a while.
last night when Punk went down with the injury, Bray Wyatt was considered. Bray Wyatt was considered to fight that winner-take-all match. I'm a big fan of Wyatt, but Bray Wyatt wasn't. We went with another option for reasonings. Which now that I look back on, I'm glad because I love that the way that he won the World Heavyweight Championship, a title that I've never seen Wyatt with before. And if he has held it, I'm sorry to Bray Wyatt. I just don't remember it. This podcast is just so big right now. My mind's on this, but I'm pretty sure he has not held that title yet. So first time holding it in my mind, anyways. Maybe in other seasons he might have won it, but he's a phenomenal champion. Great character. He's paid his dues. Anytime he wins a title, I'm cool with it. Great reigns. Great on the mic. He can wrestle and he's entertaining. And hell, hopefully he can hold on to that belt for a couple more weeks and defend it against Cesaro, a couple other people. Because hopefully I'd like to get in the ring with Bray Wyatt challenging for that World Heavyweight Championship.
Alrighty, well, you heard Triple H's opinions on him. Well, Corey, what's your thoughts on Bray Wyatt? Obviously, I know that you said
Just
earlier
Bray
that you-
Wyatt or all the champions?
just Bray Wyatt as the World Heavyweight Champion.
Look at
We
this
know
guy.
earlier you said that you wish that Cesaro was still the champion, but taking that out of the picture, Bray Wyatt as the World Heavyweight Champion, your thoughts?
All right. As you heard, I don't like that Bray is champion because I wanted Cesaro to have that reign, legitimate reign. But I will say this: I will agree with Triple H here, Hunter. Yeah, he can carry that championship, but, and there's a big but to this, and I'm gonna be dead serious, dead on serious. When in God's name has Bray Wyatt ever had a great world title reign? And I mean a really great title reign. Think about that for 1 second. Every time Bray Wyatt wins a world championship, it's either a long reign without defending the championship, an extremely
It's getting hot
short
in here.
reign,
It is.
an
My seat get a little warm.
extremely short reign with the championship. Hell, who did he lose to the Universal Championship to?
Go on,
Mojo
say it,
Rawley?
buddy. Going ahead.
I mean,
Mojo Rawley?
it's,
Oh,
sometimes shit happens.
Man, the heat is
Listen,
turning up in here.
The point is, what I'm trying to say is, and this is the honest to God truth, Bray Wyatt can damn well have a great 5-star reign. But the truth of the matter is, he never has had one. And the funny thing is, that man has waited so long to be a world champion. I remember about a year ago, and when he did
Come on,
it,
Paul. Come on.
nothing special, in my opinion. Nothing special. And that is my opinion. And I will leave it off till there. And I ain't trying to start anything.
Hey, it's not.
That's
It's
just
nothing
my
personal.
opinion.
No shut. Nothing personal. No hard taken.
Man.
That's the podcast. That's what it's for. But we respect your
Fuckers
opinions
better
on
not
here.
bury me.
But now let's hear from you, Jim.
Oh,
Bray
about
Wyatt,
Bray
World
Wyatt, you
Heavyweight
say. See, look at this guy. Bray Wyatt. I mean, Bray Wyatt.
Jim.
I'll tell. Shut up. I'll tell you this about Bray Wyatt. Am I a fan of Bray Wyatt in real life? Well, no, I am now because now he's actually doing something right. But that's what turns me off about it. It's just Bray Wyatt is just lame. Well, was lame to me anyway. But I'll tell you this: I think that the man that orchestrates Bray Wyatt, he makes it work. He is the only guy that can pull it off. I'll give it to him. He is the only dude that can do it. He could talk with him. He could talk like him. He's good. He knows what he's doing with him. He's the only dude that can do it. And he, 9 times out of 10, backs it up in the ring. Backing up. Yeah. Anyway. But I'll tell you this. Bray Wyatt yeah, it's like Corey said, man. It just seems like he always gets beat by people that are, well, you know, a little on the low tier. And I can't say he's ever had a big time. I'll give him tell you what. I've given him this. I would dare so say, and the guy's going to kill me when I say this, but it's true. I would dare say that when there is no world title involved, Bray Wyatt does his best work, because then he has nothing.
Ooh.
Then he has.
Interesting.
Then he
I
has.
agree.
That is really interesting.
Because then he has nothing to lose, but he has nothing to gain. He's just being himself.
That's right.
He is, and he can do whatever
is
the fuck he
interesting,
wants.
actually.
Make no bones about it. I mean, didn't the guy fucking revive a corpse of somebody who I'll not say out of respect? I mean, he's done some fucking crazy shit. I mean, I fuck Kevin Owens, a dude that I know quite personally. Well, who was Kevin Owens would say likewise.
Well, moving on from Bray now, let's move on to current Universal and United States Heavyweight Champion, Roman Reigns.
Motherfuckers better not bury me.
Now, I'll go on and I'll say it straight up, and I'll let the cat out of the bag. The way you won the match, it was controversial, and
So
to me, it just kind of hurts the fact that throughout all these years, Roman Reigns was supposed to be the guy who was uncorruptible, the guy who didn't stoop to that level, didn't change his movesets, didn't do this or that. And then without even a heel turn, without even a speech, without nothing, I'm cashing in my rematch from the World Heavyweight title to use it on the Universal title. And I know that didn't set well with a lot of people. It's like, and you've been very vocal on how you feel about this, that, you don't give a shit.
yeah, kind of guilty.
Shit happens.
Kind of guilty, but shit happens.
But in the end, ultimately, as long as you're able to back it up, that is what ultimately matters. But, it's a long journey now with 2 titles. Roman Reigns, he's going to have a lot of targets on his back. And I can say this now, if he thought the competition was hard before, he's got no idea what it's going to be like now. That being said, your opinion, Triple H?
Yeah, I'm listening. Going ahead. Let's hear it.
He lost to. I love Roman. He's a top guy here.
Go on.
Roman Reigns is a top guy here. Roman Reigns is one of the highest paid guys here, so to sense. He's one of the guys that he's a big drawing number. You get Roman. Let's take OWR for example. We'll use them in a nice way. Let's say OWR got signed Roman Reigns. He legitimizes that company. Wherever he goes, wherever Derek goes to wrestle in an esport environment, he legitimizes that company, and he helps legitimize World Elite Wrestling. I'm glad he's here. But, there's a but. When he defeated Batista in the main event of WrestleMania 18 for the World Heavyweight Championship, that was Roman Reigns. When he won the championship, I feel Roman Reigns got complacent. I feel like he got lazy and he didn't train. He lost to Cesaro on the first Super Show back, then went to Backlash to drop the title to Cesaro at Backlash, and that wasn't the Roman Reigns that I saw at WrestleMania. And then at the end of the night, it's actually going to be me. Triple H was actually going to be in the triple threat match. I'll go ahead and say that on the air. Triple H was going to be the third
and Bray
guy.
Wyatt too.
Yeah, it came down to Triple H, Bray Wyatt, and Triple H, Bray Wyatt, and Edge were the 3 people that were considered going in there. I didn't want to put Bray in there. I love Bray Wyatt, love him in title matches, but I feel that when him and John Cena are in matches together, I feel like John Cena never attacks him. So that's just. I protected Ciampa. I felt
Fake
bad
news.
that I even felt bad that I put Ciampa in. I felt bad for Ciampa that I even put him in that winner take all match for his first title defense. I called him a break. I said, Bray, we'll give you another chance, which he obviously got that on the Super Show earlier today. But we'll give you another chance. You got a rematch clause. You're going to get that. I'm going to put the game in here because the game's been hot. And then Corey over here agreed. The game has been hot. The game deserves it more than anyone else. Triple H needs to go in there. So Triple H's music is about to hit. Whoa. Here comes Jim Cornette coming in. Want Roman Reigns to be put in there. Saying, well, he wants him. He's ready. He's ready. He wants to be put in there.
Biased.
And
I'll tell
and
myself.
Jim Cornette booked Roman Reigns to go and be replacement. Triple H took a step back, and Roman won the match, became double champ. I think that if we see the Roman Reigns from WrestleMania 18, I think we're in for a treat. But if we see lazy Roman Reigns who's scared to fight, not training, I think it's going to be a waste of time. We'll see, though. He just won it, so we'll see.
Well, let's hear your thoughts on this, Corey, and then we'll move on to the last one.
Roman Reigns is a champion.
That's right. Yes,
All right.
Roman Reigns is champion.
All right, it's simple. I'm going to be dead honest and dead serious. Listen, I believe the guy, no problem. If he has a long reign, Jesus Christ, he'll probably be one of the best champions we'll ever have. But here's the honest God truth. That United States Championship needs to come off of him right now, at this second. I don't care if you put him in a 6-man match for all I care. There is no absolute reason he should be holding the United States Champion right now at this second. That championship should not be on Roman Reigns. But as Universal Champion, I am seriously quite happy about this. I think it's good for business. And yeah, we were doing a lot of talking at Backlash on who should be in that triple threat. Punk couldn't make it. We had to choose Roman. Enough said. Roman was the best business decision. I don't want to throw this word right now because it's going to be cheesy, but yeah, best for business. And that's the honest to God truth. But, like I said, Roman Reigns should not be holding a United States Championship. And Roman Reigns, to me,
I agree with that.
Triple
I will
H,
agree with that, Corey. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that, Corey.
But I will say and disagree with this on Triple H. Roman Reigns did not get lazy whatsoever. Roman Reigns, unfortunately, when he was World Heavyweight Champion, unfortunately for Roman Reigns, he had to suffer from an opponent that, couldn't really, no offense, deliver, if you know what I mean. All right? Roman Reigns has all the tools and capabilities to talk on that mic and deliver in that ring. I've seen it firsthand for dear God, watching him every damn night, and he's one of the most entertaining dudes in the damn roster. So for Triple H to say that, I don't know what's going through his head on that. But there you go. That's my opinion.
All right, well, moving on to the last one, and then we'll be moving on to a different subject. But last but certainly not least, the WEW champion, Dolph Ziggler. And I just want to start off by saying that this title reign that Dolph is in has got to be the most credible one of his career. He's actually come through big, and it's like, I'll steal a line here from Triple H, as he used to always love to say, Dolph was much better off chasing the title than when he had the title. But I believe
Which was true at the time.
Exactly, it was true at the time, but now, today, in the present day, Dolph Ziggler is on the roll of his career. He's going through there. He's beating every single person that's put in front of him. He's entertaining. He's coming out. He's cutting good promos. And I've just got to say that Dolph Ziggler, I'm a fan of this title reign, and I'm hoping that it continues. Triple H?
Yeah, I mean, it's a fantastic reign.
It's going to be interesting.
He beat me for the championship. He got that reign started by beating me at was it no mercy when he beat me?
It was
I don't
no
know.
mercy.
Okay, yeah, I'm not that
Buried.
old yet. Okay, all right.
Royal Rumble.
No, I won it back.
No mercy.
No. Yeah, I won it
No
back
mercy.
from him on a Raw after SummerSlam. I beat him or
That's
something
right.
like that. Didn't someone help me win the title? Was it Loso that helped me win the title?
Yeah, old Bobby. He got
It was Bobby
too.
Lashley helped me win the championship, and then I helped him win the World Heavyweight Championship. Big, awesome storyline. And then I went on to defend it against him again at No Mercy, and if I lost the title this time, I was out of the title picture. There was no hope for me. And he beat me and won the title. I was out of the picture, and he's won it. He's won it ever since. So since No Mercy, because I remember at the Rumble he fought Owens and Rollins, and Owens, the old Owens. So yeah, so he's been champion for a long time. I do believe that with all the other world champions not being able to survive and hold on to their titles through this time of chaos, it's lucky and even makes it more credible that he has definitely, through all the chaos and defending championships and Mania season, the hell of a ride that is, he's held on to his championship. So yeah, very credible, fantastic reign. The guy could easily win champion of the year, easily. So it's a great champ.
Oh yeah.
Well then, let's move on to you, Jim. How do you feel about Dolph Ziggler?
Dolph Ziggler.
Has been a fluke,
Is
or
he
has he been a great champion?
Dolph Ziggler is the epitome of what a pro wrestler should be. He is the epitome of what a pro wrestler should be. He's got the badass moves. He can back it up. He uses cool moves. Badass. He is a legitimate champion. But, come on, Dolph. Sometimes you're just too big of an ass and you know it. You sit there and you bury our new guys. You treat them like shit. I mean, that might be a reason some of them run off. I mean, I like you, so don't take it personally. I know you, so I think it's funny. But, I mean, facts are facts here. So I'll give you that. You expose the business on a regular occasion, too. You always want to shit all over us. You think every idea is stupid.
So you're saying that Dolph Ziggler is a backstage bully, a JBL, so to say.
Yes, that's exactly what he is. Yes, but granted, listen, he could back it up. I would dare say he probably is. When all things considered, how's he really not like top tier, the best in the league? I get it. Oh, Triple H over there is gonna be pissed, and whatever. Yeah. We know. I greenboard him. Yeah, we know you did.
I didn't say it, Paul. I didn't say it.
Greenboard him. You beat his ass. But you know what, Dolph was good. Good to me. I'm good for him. I like Dolph, but let's be honest here. One last thing, and everyone here probably knows it. We got lucky against Kitty, and you know it.
Cool.
That's a big claim. That's a big claim. What's your
agree with
opinion on
that.
it?
I agree with that.
Well,
And I'll tell you
that's
this.
as controversial of a claim as it is.
Yeah. I'll tell you another thing too, Dolph. You're gonna enjoy who's next. I'll just say that.
Well, as controversial as that is, let's get old Corey Graves' thoughts on it. Corey, what is your opinion on Dolph Ziggler as the WEW champion
Man's
right
gotta
now?
stick up his own ass, Paul. Man's gotta stick up his own ass.
Yeah,
It's that simple. He does. He just has to stick up his own ass. But as a champion, my God, I look forward to every title defense that man does now. Honest to God, because it's gonna be crazy whenever the man does lose it, because it'll eventually come. And oh my Lord, I was gonna say it too, Jim. Hell, personally, I would love to announce the damn thing right now. Could we?
Yeah, I'd love to do it too, but I mean, hey.
Hey, whoa, hey.
Go for
That ain't
it.
up to me.
No.
This ain't my podcast.
Go for it.
Screw it.
You're a
Screw it.
leader.
Nah.
Yeah,
do
go
it,
on. Let's do it then. Go on.
If you want to announce Dolph Ziggler's, this is a great place to do it. If you want to announce his next defense, which will take place at All or Nothing, that's all you, Corey.
Go on ahead.
This is a place to do it. It's a platform to do it.
This would be interesting to hear.
Surprise.
Go on. Let's hear it.
Come on. Come on, Ballsy. Come on, let's see you do it.
You're gonna have to
Post
tune
business.
in on. You're gonna have to tune in on the next show to find out. In all honesty.
Teasing secrets.
Mm.
That's why Corey
But it
Graves
is
is
a
the
good
secret
one.
keeper.
Master of secrets.
Oh, it's a good one, all right.
But speaking of the future and tuning in, WEW is on the verge of putting on its first ever All or Nothing pay-per-view event. And this has been promoted as kind of like our, I don't know, our Saudi Arabia equivalent show, I guess. It's supposed to be like, and as everyone knows, we did admit from the very beginning that yes, it is a blatant ripoff of AEW's All or Nothing or Double or Nothing, but you know that's just the business. We could have just gone all out and just and called it All Out, but no, we're not going to straight up copy. We want to try to make it sort of original, but it was inspired by AEW and the Double or Nothing pay-per-view event. This event is going to be a casino-themed pay-per-view with multiple themed matches. And Triple H, do you care to give all the listeners some details of this upcoming pay-per-view?
Yeah, so I talked to Commissioner Rollins, talked to you, Paul. I talked to Corey, talked to Jim. And we all had great ideas, just fun ideas, just didn't really have to think too hard on it. Those are the best kind of ideas. They're kind of just throwing themselves out there. Of course, the original pay-per-view was slated to be Money in the Bank. That was the pay-per-view that was going to happen. And then we had a viewing party with John, the WEW champion, Dolph Ziggler, and Jim and you, Paul. We've all watched Double or Nothing, had a great time. And I love the name isn't really what I wanted to take inspiration from, more of the casino theme thing. We were trying to think of even different names. Like, we didn't have to have it like close to the name. We just, Paul, I think you came up with the name really like, you were just trying to be funny. Like, well, what about All or Nothing? I was like, it works. It gets the point across. So, the casino theme is what we really wanted to take inspiration from, not like everything that it was about. But some small details I can give away right now, some pay-per-view themes. It's going to feature the Money in the Bank ladder match. It's going to feature the Aces High Fatal 4-Way match, which I'm going to finally give everyone the details on that. It's changed. I know people have heard rumors, and they've been checking into the rumor mills, and they heard that it was supposed to be like an elimination-type match. That isn't the case. The match is now going to be a championship scramble type of match where the Universal Championship will be on the line, and it's going to be an Iron Man setting where we're going to put 30 or 40 minutes on the clock, something like that. I'll get with the hierarchy, and we'll discuss that later when it gets closer to time to do that. But 30, 40 minutes on the clock. And it does not matter how many points you get in the Iron Man match. I don't care if you score 30 pins. Whoever gets the most recent pin. Championship scramble type of rules. Whoever is the last champion wins the match and becomes the champion. So it's going to be fun. We're going to do some gimmick matches. Another match that we thought of, I think, Paul, you thought of it, the Blackjack Iron Man match. 21 minutes on the clock. These are just themes. We thought of the buy-in gimmick battle royale, which was another great idea from you, Paul. Yeah, Paul, do you want to talk about that one for a bit? Or do you want me to talk about it? I can if you want me to.
Oh, well, I guess I can go over it. Like, the buy-in battle royale is basically going to be the pre-show thing that we're doing for this event. And basically, it's exactly what you would consider it to be. It's a 6-man battle royale It's open invitation. We've got maybe, I think, 2 or 3 spots filled in it already. But we're going to allow people to come into this Battle Royale. I mean, technically, it doesn't even have to be a WEW superstar. We could just find a random person, but more than likely, it probably will be WEW superstars because I don't see anyone else other than our superstars being in attendance. But, it's basically going to be one of those things. You can go in there and you can be whoever you want. And I'm not just talking wrestler-wise. I'm talking you can be King Kong, you can be Venom, you can be
I definitely got
the
dibs on
Hulk.
King Kong.
You can do whatever you want. You can be any character, any gimmick. Yeah, you can be SpongeBob SquarePants. It doesn't matter. That's
You can
the
be
point
Albert
of this.
Wesker.
It's just a
You could be a boat.
buy-in battle royale. I know
You could
people
even be your
are probably gonna sit
WEW
there.
superstar.
Yeah, you could. And I know some people. I know some people are going to sit there and be like, "Oh, what do I get? What do I get?" I'll go ahead and announce that this isn't for anything. That's why it's on the pre-show. There's no reward. Like we're not gonna hand out a title shot to fucking Spider-Man if he wins the fucking battle royale. But that's just something fun and new that we're doing just for the pre-show, just to get everyone hyped that day while we're waiting on the party to build up. We may even do multiple ones. There may just not be one if there's a lot of interest. If there's, hey, 3 or 4 other guys that want to get into it after we've already filled all the positions, maybe we'll make another Battle Royale. Just things to do. And there's going to be more matches and more themes and more ideas. But, what's your opinion on this, Jim? Like, on the whole casino-themed, random matches, random gimmicks. What's your take on this? You think it's going to be a flop, or do you think it's going to be a success?
A flop would be funny, but no, I think it's badass. I love that casino type shit. I've always been fascinated by that kind of thing. In fact, I've always been an advocate of the raw roulette. I'm surprised they don't have a roulette type thing going on because I think that'd be cool shit. But I think the whole casino thing is super cool. It'd be even cool. Are we in Las Vegas for that? Are we gonna be in Las Vegas?
Yes.
Obviously.
Yes, we are. Yes. Yes.
All right, then that makes it even cooler. See, that's Sin City, baby. That's some badass shit. We always like our casino type things. I like the blackjack battle royale or whatever you came up with. Sorry if the name's wrong. But I thought it was cool.
But do you think these gimmick matches, do you think they're all going to work out without a hitch?
Oh, boy. Now, as far as that goes, basically what we're doing is a scramble for the title, right? When we get to the bare bones of it, that's basically what it is.
Basically,
it's
yes.
a scramble.
There may be surrounded by an elimination chamber, but that's not going to matter. It depends on how we have to set up the match and match creator.
Yeah.
Because we will because that's how we're going to have to set it up.
It's like my God's opinion, I think it'll work maybe only for, let me put it this way, folks. Don't expect it to be on regular programming. It probably will just be used for, things like this. Don't get used to it. It probably a one-time thing. Maybe more if it's actually cool and successful, like the Chamber. But don't expect it on a Raw or SmackDown. That's just not going to happen. Probably not. No.
Corey, do you feel the same way, or do you think it's going to all go off easily, no problem?
Put it this way, there's going to be a bunch of people pissed off.
In all honesty,
What do you think?
It'll probably be good. I'm not that crazy about it compared to Hunter here. It's all Hunter's idea. He's the one who wanted this, and yeah, I'll be honest, I'm not really a big fan of ripping off the real life product, but hey, if that's what the owner of the company wants, that's what we got to do. So
you sound like you're not really supportive of this event.
It'll probably do well. Triple H here will force the damn thing will do well. That's what he does. So, it'll probably do very well. The only thing I'm really looking forward to is the Money in the Bank ladder match and the WEW Championship match that I promise I have Looking forward to that match. 100. There you go. That's it. That's my answer. Not really an exciting answer, but there you go.
Hmm? Oh, yeah.
Hmm. Well, gentlemen, before we go ahead and wrap things up, normally this is the part of the show where I would give my guest opportunity to ask me anything and get a truthful response. But seeing as how there's three of you, I'm going to do something a little bit different. I want each and every one of you to think of a subject, something that we have not gone over today, something that maybe you would have liked to have talked more about. Hell, expose the business, bring up something, throw another guy under the hot seat, throw up this, and we're going to talk about whatever subject you'd like to bring up. But I do want to stress this. We don't want to take up too much time because we have been going on for this podcast for about a good hour and a half. So let's go ahead and any one of you have a subject or a topic that we haven't discussed today that you'd like to bring up?
I got one.
Oh, okay, well,
Our host.
all right, Mr. Producer, let's hear it.
Well, our producer. Oh.
I want to talk about humanoids.
Short
And why I think
short and
is
simple
a
to
joke.
the point. Short and simple to the
And
point
why
about
I-
humanoids.
oh,
I know
sorry.
how you feel about humanoids, and I know that you're not a fan of them at all. And for listeners out there that don't know the reference, humanoids equals created characters. And we are very strict on certain characters. Like, obviously, you got to look at it like this. There's a lot of talent on this roster, and there's a lot of big names that are taken. And people want to be these superstars like Kenny Omega, want to be these superstars like Cody Rhodes, like Neville, Ted DiBiase. You gotta let some creative content in there because without it, people
Piss everyone
aren't-
off.
Without it, people aren't really, interested in joining the league if the only people they can pick up are the bushwhackers. Get what I'm saying?
Now, I agree and disagree with your statement. There's over 200 characters to choose from in WWE 2K19. That's number one. Number two, granted, listen, 205 Live is filled with some fun, cruiserweight action, created content, run wild. Okay? Hell, Intercontinental Champions, US Champions, run fucking wild, man. And then let's get to the big time. The big feuds, where everyone wants to be. I'm sorry to say it, but if your character isn't in the game, you did not deserve to be in the world title picture. It is what it is. Shoot me if I pissed you off. But if he is not in the game, you should not be main eventing WrestleManias. You should not be main eventing Backlashes. You should not be a part of a world title match. It's not my fault that you weren't here 5 years ago. It's not my fault that certain people may have too many hats. It's not my fault.
Well,
Created
that's
content
it's
is
a
one thing
controversial
if kept
topic.
under
It is a controversial
wraps.
topic.
Can I say something about it, Paul, real quick?
Oh, go ahead. By all means.
I agree. I do agree with you, producer. But you got to see it this way. What is the hottest thing in the cruiserweight division right now?
Created
Anyone
content.
know? Anyone know?
Created content.
I'm looking for characters.
Title? I don't. Oh,
Jay
look
White and
at
Neville.
this guy.
There you go.
Look at
Austin
this
and
guy.
Blade.
Undoubtedly, Jay
Big
White and
program.
Neville.
Big program. Both are humanoids. Take humanoids away from it, you pretty much take away one of WEW's biggest assets, the cruiserweight division, because most cruiserweights are humanoids. Because all these wrestlers aren't in the game because they either leave WWE, they're either in AEW, they're in New Japan, and where wrestling is global and wrestling fans are coming back and wrestling's getting big, all these big companies are coming up. People want to be these guys. And
You know-
quite frankly, these days where 2K19 is such a cheap ass game, everybody's playing like a humanoid, man. There's no.
You know,
difference.
I didn't want to be biased here.
That's
but
my take on it. That's my take. On it.
You're forcing my hand a little bit here, Hunter, and I didn't want to call people out. I really did not want to call people out. Yes, the cruiserweight division is the greatest thing going for World Elite Wrestling right now, and that's the fact. The Bastion and the Blade are great. I love watching them. They are great. They put on hell of a good match. They did it tonight. You saw it. They defended their tag team titles in convincing fashion. Yeah, some might say it could have gone either way, but come on. Listen, I don't want to expose people, but right or wrong here is the cruiserweight division. Are cruiserweights restricted to a certain overall?
Yes.
Right or wrong?
Yes.
Are they restricted to a certain overall?
That is true.
Now why is CM Punk a 90 overall on the main roster fighting for the Universal Championship? I'll say it. And he's not the only one. If they want to be created content, lock them up a little bit. Stop giving them such free range. Restrict their overall just a bit. Just a bit. Come on, man. The higher the overall, the higher the attributes can be.
Well, it is a controversial subject, and it is something that is a problem almost every single
We'll discuss
year.
it.
But truly, there is no way to fight created content until they put the option
Absolutely
back
not.
in the game to turn created
Absolutely
content
not.
off during matches.
Oh, absolutely
But
not.
moving-
I don't want a band. Never wanted a band. But we
But
digress.
we'll move on. Gentlemen, have you three come up with any other subjects?
I have something, but do you two want to say something?
No, you go first.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
This is more of a personal thing. You see, I know I'm not really beefing over anything right now backstage, so this is more of a personal thing. I don't care what I have to do. This has to get out there. This is a personal thing that has to be said. Alright? Alright? When the fuck are we ever gonna get the dream match of
Look at the shit connection. What even?
We're having some technical difficulties here with Corey Graves. Can we get this man a working microphone, please? God damn it.
I don't know.
He had me hooked on Dream Match.
Are we
and then-
good?
I didn't.
Oh,
yeah,
there
you're
we
ahead,
go.
go ahead.
Okay.
Are we
got his
good?
microphone
My
fixed.
apologies. My apologies.
You said something about a Dream Match.
When are we ever gonna get the dream match? All right, are you ready? I want Ryback versus fucking Jinder fucking Mahal already.
Oh,
When
Lord.
the fuck are we ever gonna get that fucking match? I am sick and tired of fucking waiting. Is Ryback a fucking bitch or a pussy or something? Because I am sick and tired of fucking hearing fucking Jinder Mahal call his fucking muscular big ass out, and he won't fucking
I don't
show
even know
up.
what you're talking about on that one because Jinder hasn't been on the show for months. And
Yeah,
number two,
well, at least I
and number
know
two,
for
if
a
you
fact
remember-
that
if
Jinder
you
would show
remember
up
right-
and do the match.
if you
I don't-
remember right, Ryback signed a contract not too long ago, about maybe a year or two ago, and that went horribly. He was lied to. He was betrayed. He was just embarrassed to be back in the company, and I don't
Fist
know if
fucked it
Ryback's
up.
even. I don't even know if Ryback's even interested in ever coming back.
Who
to be
gives a
honest with you.
damn? Is he
And
like
Jinder
afraid
does-
of
and
Jinder
Jinder
Mahal?
doesn't even
No
seem
one
like he's
cares. No one
interested in
cares
doing it
about
anyways.
Ryback versus fucking Kenny Omega. No one cares about Ryback versus anyone else on that fucking roster. They want Ryback versus Jinder Mahal. After that, I will be satisfied and I will know I have seen everything in this godforsaken company. Alright? This match needs to happen. I will damn sure say that right fucking now. I don't care if it happens on a Raw, SmackDown, SummerSlam, a Wrestle fucking Mania, all or fucking nothing. I don't give a damn. That match needs to happen. Enough said.
Well,
Enough
you might be
said.
waiting a while for that.
But
Cornette, you got a subject to bring up?
Here you go. You want me to say something, people, something controversial, something that's gonna piss some people off.
Oh Lord,
There
here we
you
go.
go. Here you go. The number one thing that pisses me off, and you know it's coming. Everybody knows what I'm going to say. The number one problem, the number one thing we need to talk about in this league that's bullshit. Fake ass moves. That's the bullshit in this
Ooh,
league.
That
It
kinda-
ain't
I
PDs.
didn't have the balls. I didn't have
It
the
ain't
balls.
PDs.
That
It ain't PDs.
kinda-
I don't
balls
care
there.
what you do. It's fake
see,
moves.
Listen, Cornette, the thing about that is kind of ties in what I was saying with the humanoid subject here. There's really like we can monitor it as much as we want, and honestly, my 2 cents in this, I would like to see the main roster implement, like I do in my cruiserweight division, a ban or restrictions at least on certain moves, like the snap German in my cruiserweight division. That move is cheap and hard to
Can-
reverse, so I have made it to where it can only be hit as a signature or finisher. I'd like to see more of that being implemented on the main roster, especially with not even just humanoids. We've got a major problem with our actual real superstars doing it as well, just to stay in the
Yeah.
game, stay ahead of the competition.
Yeah. Can
But
I touch base for a second? Sorry, Paul. Don't mean
yeah,
to
for a
interrupt you here.
producer, you're talking a lot during the show.
I'm sorry, man. These are good. These are good questions. I'm sorry, man. I don't have to say anything. Go ahead. Sorry.
Now listen, but bottom line, creative moves. It's what it is. There is really no way. Like we can monitor it all we want to, but at the end of the day, until like I said, until they put that option like they had in previous games to turn creative content off during matches, there's truly no way to combat it. We can sit there and say, "Oh, you can't have this move," and nowadays the current rosters, their mindset's like, "Okay, then I'll just replace it with this cheap move." You know, it's an unwinnable battle. There's too many. We can't ban every duck under move that happens or every cheap move that's hard to reverse. And you know, if we try to start banning them, like I don't know if you've taken a look, but there's like hundreds and hundreds of moves on this roster, or I mean on this game, and the roster will take advantage of it and just go ahead and
Yeah.
put on another move that's a problem. There's really no
Yeah.
way to combat it.
If I could chime in on it, yeah, coming from a guy who was disadvantaged for so long because I never changed my move sets to those moves until No Mercy. It's no secret. Dolph Ziggler used that snap German dunk under move and a couple other cheap moves to beat me. I didn't have any of that stuff. You know, I haven't juiced my attributes. It didn't fix my move set. The only thing I ever changed was the shoulder block, and I heard Jim Cornette bitch about it so much I took the shoulder block off for the longest time and put the high knee back on. I didn't mess with any of my move sets until No Mercy. Or at the Raw after No Mercy. The game changer. If you don't know what that move is, you obviously don't watch WEW programming. I put the game changer on to change the game. I was tired of being the best in the league but getting screwed by that duck under move and everyone had one and I didn't. So I tell everyone. That's the only move I have changed. I literally changed that, and I put I took the DDT off as a major and put the kick to the midsection jawbreaker on. That's the only moves I've really changed. And I'll take the game changer off when everyone takes their duck under moves off, and I mean that's just how it is. I'm not gonna be the only one that doesn't have one. So I can say I can honestly be one to say I've wrestled against it. I'm that damn good that I beat most of my matches before I had the game changer on, but I just got tired of trying so hard and getting screwed. So I put it on there, and I will take mine off when every one of you take yours off, and that's for the viewers. Well, that's my take on it. I think it's just a cheap game. 2K19 is just such a cheap game that no matter what you do, the game's cheap. No matter what moves you use, it's not anyone's particular fault.
Corey, you got anything to throw in on this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Corey.
What are you trying
It
to
is
say
what it
there,
is.
Jim?
Oh, he knows.
It is what it is. We just gotta deal with it until we get better games. That's the truth.
So what you're saying is the game is shit.
Of course the game's shit, Jim. Of course the game's shit. Everyone knows the game is shit. If I had
Well,
to say
moving
the
on to
last good game, I'll say this, was 2K16. But enough said. Enough said.
Well, that being said, now, Triple H, you've got any topic to bring up before we close the show?
All right. I was thinking a little bit about what topic I'd really discuss, but I'll save it. There's a lot of stuff that I want to see fixed in this league. There's a lot of stuff I want to see changed. A lot of stuff I want to see added, but it's so hard, man. We're slowly changing and fixing everything every day. It'll never be a finished product. It's going to be what it is. But so there's a lot of stuff I want to bring up. But the thing I think we should bring up, the last topic, is this what's the word I'm looking for? This idea that we have to like compete with these other leagues, especially we'll name drop OWR, that we're competing with them, we're trying to compete with them. We're trying to always be the top tier league and show. We're trying to please everyone. I think that's something we need to fix more than anything. I think we just need to stick to the roots, and I think after All or Nothing, I think we need to sit down, talking about the hierarchy here, and plan out some storylines, plan out what we want going into SummerSlam, and stick to that, regardless of who's jumping the OWR or who from OWR is jumping here. Well, no one from WEW, no core WEW people ever went to OWR. They just got the people that we stole back because we never pushed some of them, or they lost the big matches and got butthurt. They never took any of our members, never have in history. I think Ash, and that's because we traded him there. But they only took their stolen property back. So, we don't try to compete with anyone. I think we should just try to focus on our product. I think that WEW should, despite who's mad or who's pissed or who's due for a title shot, I think we need to, wake up and realize how good this really is and how long it's going to be here and to enjoy it while it lasts. I think us as a WEW community, as a whole league, need to just put effort in, whether it's a title match or not. Put effort into every match. Put effort into every feud. Work your ass off. Let it come to you, and maybe let the hierarchy not have such a stressful week where things get rushed and changed and all this, and not leave to another league right in the middle of a feud or something. I think we just need to. I think we just need to. And I'm saying this because it's a topic I've wanted to talk about. I think we just need to focus on our product, and not focus on anyone else's. And we never had a problem with any other league, and we think that we're the top league out there. We don't think anyone can hang with us, and we don't think anyone will ever be able to hang with us. And that's just something we proved for 13 years, each and every week. So that's what I wanted to say. That's the topic I want to talk about, or maybe just did talk about it. I think that WEW needs to close its doors and floodgates and focus on them. What do you guys think?
I can agree with that, and I think we need to focus on our product and our product alone. We don't need to be worrying about companies
And
like
not
OWR.
just other companies, yeah, like disgruntled employees or members, same thing, like, I'm not trying to interrupt, just saying, like, not just focus on what other companies think, but like, oh, I'm pissed because I'm not in this title feud, like, I think we need to just we need to stick to plans more, I guess we can say, and do that stuff. But yeah, sorry about that, Paul.
All right. And now that we've wrapped that up, there's just one last topic I want to bring up myself that we didn't get a chance to discuss earlier, and it's more of a topic / proposal as well, you see, because constantly thinking like I am, I come up with new ideas all the time, and an idea I haven't had the chance to bring it up to you three yet. So I thought, hell, what a better way to do it than to bring it up right
World
here in front of
premiere.
everyone watching. So an idea that I've had recently, because there's been a lot of interest in the WWE 24/7 Championship. There's been
Oh,
ever since that came on TV, everyone automatically assumes we're bringing in the 24/7 title, we're doing this or that.
Oh, a lot of people are
But
wanting more title shots at any other title too, like because they're
and here's
seeing
the
that every
thing.
week.
Here's the thing that people need to understand about this. We've
yeah.
tried, like, it's not just the fact that, oh, well, we've done it before with the Hardcore Championship. That, like, even if we bring it in and call it the 24/7 title, it's still not going to be any different from the Hardcore title. And the major reason that that always failed in this company was the fact that it would go good until you'd have that one asshole who would wait till we were all in the middle of a game playing Overwatch or something. I'm challenging for the title. Well, now we got to get off this game and wait for this match to be done. And then another guy challenges. Then another guy challenges. That's the major reason that that hardcore title always failed. There is a thing to being defended 24/7, whatever, but I don't think that we necessarily need a title that is defended 24/7. But what if we brought in a title that was defended just like that, anytime, any place, anywhere, but only during show days,
Hmm.
during a super show or a live event? And hell, you could put it on a live event show. You know, we could put in
Like an
rules,
optional
simply
thing.
stay like an optional thing, or at least put in the option that you have to defend it at least once a day. Not three
I like
times
that.
like we did with the hardcore title. Not this guy. Everyone gets one challenge a day, because when you do that, it gets too confusing. It gets too hectic, and people just they're not a big fan of it, and it just gets boring and played out, and then we end up stuffing it back in the vault again. But if we bring it in a new title like it, but with different rules to accommodate everyone and to make it easier on the title holder, I believe it could be a title that would work out and be a big deal. But, gentlemen, now that I've laid that out, what are your thoughts on it?
I mean,
I love
that's
the idea.
interesting.
I think the idea of a title match entices members, wrestlers, competitors to compete at their higher level and a higher ability. And whether if it's a lower tier mid card title or not, people still want that feather. They still want that. They still want the that it's a title match. It's still going to be on your record. It's still it's fun. And I think a lot of members want to wrestle daily. I know we can't do these big 6-hour shows daily. We all have other stuff going on in life that prohibit that. People do want to get on at night and do house show matches, and they want to defend the IC or US title just to have that title match because it's rare and fun. I think bringing in a type of title like that would be great, and with rules and a bunch of rules to make sure it's a safe run, doesn't get shit on. Yeah, I'd love to see that title in. I'm a big fan of it.
We'd have to think of a cool name too.
We got Paul Heyman here, master of naming titles. I think we'll be okay. This guy comes up with badass names for titles somehow.
Corey, what do you
I
think
think
on that potential new championship? You
I
think that
think we
would be a
have too many
success?
titles. I think too many titles. It'll be an absolute failure within a month or two. Listen, it'll be a nice little ride, but I don't think we should do it. Listen, I understand Triple H is probably getting a little twitch to do it and all, but no, I don't believe we should do it. I don't believe we should have this 24/7 championship. I don't
Well, it wouldn't be
care.
a 24/7 championship. It'd be
You
something
understand.
different.
Yeah.
You
But yeah,
The
I get what you're
point
saying.
I am trying to make is we have too many championships right now. I don't think we should
Well,
have it.
what I do kind of agree with you on that, but what about the possibility? Because let's be honest here, the World Championships, we brought in three of them now. Those are the top prizes. But let's be completely honest here. The United States Championships and the Intercontinental Championships, they're not nearly as prestigious as they used to be. And I don't blame that on bad champions for us or whatever.
I
That's
blame that on
how
bad
the
champions.
world is. You look at TV, And you look at real life, does WWE's Intercontinental United States Championship really matter? No, they
Not
don't.
really.
Of course not.
Exactly. And that reflects on us because it's the same
Well, yeah,
stigma.
when
They
you got
see
losers like Rey
they see they
Mysterio.
they see our Intercontinental Championship and our United States Championship, and it just reminds them, yeah, WWE's titles, those titles don't even mean shit in WWE. Why would they mean shit in this league? So I believe that, an idea I've always had, and I've felt like for a while, we need to either unify them, make them one, or just retire one of them, possibly two. Possibly retire both and bring in new titles for ourselves. It's just something that, because I do feel like those procedures of those titles, they've just been lowered, and it just seems like no matter who we put them on,
Are you saying I'm
it
a
just
shitty
doesn't.
US champion?
I'm not saying you're a shitty U.S. champion. I'm just saying that, the title itself, if you had to lose one of them, which one would you lose? Obviously.
Yeah, but everyone would do that, though, no matter how
Exactly.
prestigious they are.
Exactly. And that's the problem. No, because it's an easy choice for you. With those two titles, it's an easy choice. Say you had the World Heavyweight title and the WEW title, and you had to give one of them up. You'd have to think. That one makes you think which one would you want to give up. That's how prestigious they are. But that's the difference. But bottom line, if we do bring in a new title, something that obviously we're not going to just announce right here, right now, because there's still plenty of planning and things that we'd have to discuss for it. But it's just a future option, could be discussed. Fans out there listening, you want this type of title to be brought in, make your voices known, make your opinions heard.
We're all ears, man.
And if I can't say this though, I have been watching the
Go for it.
chat. I just tuned in like 10, 20 minutes ago. I've been watching the chat on here, seeing everyone ask
Seeing
questions
people
and
having a
talking.
good time.
Yeah, having a good time. That's good. If you guys like this kind of format, next time maybe we'll trade more for it and do questions through the chat like that and get more interactive. I like seeing everyone talk in the chat. It was a fun podcast. Wish we could talk about more, but we obviously can't talk all night. We'd love to.
Well, I'll tell you
yeah.
what. I don't mean to cut you off, but there is
That's all I have to
one last thing that I want to talk about, and this
Make
is
it quick.
probably gonna piss some people off, but
Well, make it quick
one
because
last
we gotta
thing:
shut this stream down.
CM Punk. What do you think about him?
Short and sweet, to the point. The guy's got potential. I mean, honestly, I can see why our producer here doesn't like him too much. It's hard. It's hard to like someone that comes in and beats you. But the thing is, the kid's doing good. He seems like he's on the right path right now. Let's just hope he doesn't fall short like all the other guys that have left did.
Yeah, my sentiments exactly. I just wanted to see what you thought.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, thank you all for being on this podcast. I know it was a long one. To all of our listeners out there, thank you for tuning in. If you stuck with us from the beginning to the end, you're the real MVPs. And as Triple H said earlier, this was a new format that we tried for this. It's the first official podcast that's going up on our network. Thank you all for being here with us.
Won't be the last, though.
Won't be the last for sure. Thank you all once again, and have a good night.
Yeah. Good night, everybody.